Hey, good morning. Check the clock. It's not past 12 yet. Today, I'll be showing you the deity of manifold function and meaning, one of the most widely revered and influential of all ancient Greeks and Roman gods, Apollo. Oops, wrong Apollo. Oops, definitely not that one. Oh, here it is. So the ancient Greeks called this god Apollo, but ancient Romans called him both Apollo and Phoebus. What? Phobius?
Phoebus.
Ah, thank you. And Apollo is pronounced Ape-al-O. Interesting. Let's talk about the powers. Similar to all Olympian gods, Apollo was a powerful and immortal being. Apollo had many powers, including the ability to see into the future. Wait, what? Future! And power over light. He could also heal people or bring illness and disease.
Within battle, he was dangerous with a bow and arrow.
Windmill for the land, the forever hand in hand. Take it all out on your stride, it is kicking, falling down. Love forever, love is free, let's turn forever, you and me. Windmill for the land, it's everybody in.
Many people of Greek and Roman beliefs would pray to Apollo for a speedy recovery if they had been injured or faced great sickness. Apollo mainly ruled over the music, the prophecy, the healing, and of course, the archery. Apollo, like many other Olympian beings, has a
humongous hungalonga no logonga
family tree. For the sake of time and sanity and sleep, I'll just describe the important ones. Firstly, his father and mother. His father was Zeus, which if you don't know about by now, then... And his mother was Leto, the goddess of motherhood and just one of Zeus's many wives. Apollo had many love affairs, but his actual significant other was Delphine. I'm not doing this again. A nymph who had once vowed to Artemis to remain eternally innocent. In summary, Apollo really fell for her. Thanks, heroes. So Apollo stalks her on social media and hunts her down. Right at the moment he catches her, she turns into a laurel tree, and people thought this was such a good moment they decided to depict it, and thus images and sculptures were created. Yeah, interesting choice, I must say. Apollo appeared as a handsome, athletic young male with curly hair. He usually had a laurel wreath about his head that he wore in honor of his love for Daphne. Sometimes, he was shown holding a bow and arrow. When traveling, Apollo rode a chariot pulled by swans. Wait. You know, that kind of reminds me of Santa? Some traits that we would associate our good friend Apollo with are the protection of the young, healing, and love if you really want to count it, although that's really Eros' job. One famous myth that Apollo is known for, and one that I've already mentioned, is the story of Apollo and Daphne. Here, I'm actually going to give a 20-second summary of what I got from the story, or really this website's retelling.
The myth of Apollo and Daphne is a story describing what happens when lust faces rejection. It's a tale about the power of love, the power of Cupid, who can even play the most powerful amongst the Greek gods. In the myth, Apollo falls madly in love with Daphne, a woman sworn to remain a virgin. Apollo hunts down Daphne, who refuses to accept these advances. And right at the moment he catches her, she turns into a laurel tree, a scene famously depicted in Burning Knees, Apollo and Daphne sculpture.
There's an abundance of references that link Apollo nowadays. Things like music, sports, and basically a lot of forms of entertainment can be linked to him. The US Apollo space program to take astronauts to the moon was named after Apollo, based on the god's ability as an archer to hit his target. There's a car company named for him called Buick Apollo. In America's National Football League, the Orlando Apollos drew inspiration from their name from the god Apollo. Here are even some restaurants named after Apollo. Apollo Grill, Apollo Theater, Apollo's Family Pizzeria, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Okay, that's about it. Well, since I'm terrible at conclusions, Apollo was cool. There you go.